Welcome to the Drag Me to the Movies podcast. I'm Ned.
And I'm Joe.
In this episode, we're going to do something a little different. We're both fans of movies, but, there's tons of forms of entertainment out there. And I think we would like to dive into a little bit of TV and what's going on there for us. So, Joe, would you like to kick us off with anything that you've just finished or currently watching, or anything upcoming that you would like to discuss?
Sure. So, in preparation for this, I was given some thought about TV, right? Like what are we watching on TV?
Mm-hmm,
And I kind of chuckled to myself that I don't necessarily watch quote unquote TV
right.
anymore. I watch streaming services, right?
Correct.
Which
Yep.
I guess is the modern way of watching TV, but that's just an aside. But in hindsight, there's a bunch of TV series that I'm watching or I'm on hold right now
Okay.
for the next season kind of thing. So I figured I'd start with like the ones that I've most recently watched and then go that way.
Sure.
So the most recent show that I watched was Love on the Spectrum. Have you watched that at all?
I'm not familiar with that one.
Okay, I think you and your wife would love it.
Okay.
It's so if you're not familiar, it follows people who are on the autism spectrum and basically their dating life. In
Okay.
most cases, it's typically like either, well, it's not always, but I would say most of the time it's like people on the spectrum who've never dated, and this show is kind of like trying to help them get out there and do that. So it's kind of cool in a few ways. One is you get to see kind of the everyday life of people on the autism spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see that, what you and I have gone through, Ned, in dating, they go through. Like you get to see all the awkward conversations and like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There is some fun to it as well, as a lot of the people that are on the spectrum have like those little quirks, and in some cases you kind of see yourself in those as well. And so like it's interesting in that it's like a relatable, like well done TV show. It's not in my mind at least like trying to make a spectacle or make it like,
Be cruel.
yeah, right. It's not like it's trying to be like a circus type thing, right? It's taking a honest, good natured look at, the autism spectrum and how they have to navigate their love life. And so yeah, it's been fun. And just an aside, it's pretty funny. Like I've been watching it with the girl I'm seeing right now, and there's a lot of scenes of, one of the things with people with autism is that they like to collect things or they get real passionate about things. And that's no different in a lot of these folks that they follow. And
Okay.
and in a lot of cases, they have like shelves upon shelves of something hung on their walls.
Wait.
And yeah, I always laugh because if you come into my bedroom, you would see Legos on shelves in my room, and I'm like, I think I might be a touch on the spectrum.
Yeah, I have a similar thing, but I don't know. I think there's just
I agree, but it's just a
yeah.
funny correlation, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I highly recommend the show. Like
What
I
are you
said,
watching on?
it's on Netflix.
I want to say my wife may have watched this, but I'll double
Okay.
check with her if she hasn't.
Yeah, I think you'd like it, Ned, honestly.
Okay. Yeah.
And I know Dana would, so I would recommend you guys watch it.
Okay. I'll add it to the list.
All right, what are you watching?
So I finished up a few things recently. The Malcolm in the Middle series, that had kind of a resurrection recently for Malcolm in the Middle. Life's Still Unfair. That was interesting. It scratched an itch that I used to watch that show with my family a little bit when I was younger, and they took it a direction that kind of worked, but also had a lot of new things that were just kind of awkward. But in general, I felt it was overall good. I don't feel like it was a complete waste of time. It was just, I think it was only like 4 episodes, so it's short, sweet. Probably should have been a movie type thing, but yeah, not bad.
It's on my list. I want to watch it. I just haven't gotten to it. But yeah, if it's only 4 episodes, I'll have to give it a watch.
Yeah, it's very short. Like I watched it in one evening, and I think it was a day after work. So usually I don't have a lot of time after work to do those things, but squeeze it in. And then another one I watched was the High Fidelity series that's on Hulu. It's kind of a series inspired by the movie. And it has Zoe Kravitz as the lead, so they kind of flip genders and tell the story from that point of view, which I don't know. That one was it was definitely a rough start for me with that series. And then I think it was around like episode 5 that they finally got into some of the things I wish they leaned into more. Like, rattling off the top 5 something. Like I really kind of enjoyed that throughout the original movie. But there's a lot of things in here that they did that were almost direct rips of lines from the movie, and that kind of pulled me out how much they were kind of taking from the original and not doing their own thing with it. It was just an awkward thing. Overall, I ended up thinking the series was kind of average. It did not get a season 2. I kind of see why, but I don't know. I want to consider it a waste of time, but I do think I would have handled it differently. Given the gender swap or whatever, that doesn't matter. I feel like there's things that could have been focused on more, so that would have made it more fun.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I've been watching,
Cool.
or just finished, I should say.
Okay. Another one that really pulled me in was The Pit. Do you know anything about that?
I know a little bit because my wife is watching it, but outside of that, I have not checked it out myself.
Okay. So I've always been a fan. I wouldn't say like a big fan, but a fan of medical drama. Like I loved House MD.
Never watched
That
that.
was a oh my god, I watched every episode of it.
It's on my list. I
Um,
just never got around to it.
okay. I mean it's House MD is it's interesting. You're not gonna get a whole lot of rich storytelling out of it per se. Well, I guess you would get rich storytelling. You're not gonna get anything deep. It's all surface level.
Right.
Like it's cookie cutter. But anyway, The Pit, why I like it is it's modern in its approach, in that it's showing the day-to-day of an ER
Hmm.
that's running in Pittsburgh. And it's highlighting the issues that arise in the modern medicine world.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh so far there's only 2 seasons, I think. Is it 3 seasons? 3 seasons, I'm sorry. Um,
It's in its third,
but
right?
yeah, so each season has it's basically takes place during a shift at the hospital.
Okay.
And
Like one
so
day.
it's like 12 it's like 12 episodes, I think, and it's supposed to be like a 12-hour shift. But each
Oh
one
shit.
kind of goes over what's that?
I was surprised. I didn't expect it to be that format.
Oh yeah. And so each one it goes from like, the stuff that happens during the day. It highlights how overwhelmed our hospital system is right now, in that we don't have many medical people, and there are more people using the hospital. So like you always see lines out the front, and people upset, and nurses getting accosted, and tensions are high, that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
But then it also has like typically like a long story arc that shows modern threats to hospital systems. So I don't want to necessarily give too many spoilers, but I'm trying to think how I can do. Maybe I'll do this. I'm going to spoil something. So I would say cover your ears, or mute us for like 10 seconds
La 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 la.
and do it now. So one of the episodes or seasons covers a cyber attack, and where they have to turn off all the computers and do like old school medical work.
Mm, gotcha.
It's really fascinating. Okay, spoilers are done. So it's that kind of stuff that they cover that's kind of interesting to see. Whereas I think a lot of the old medical shows like Grey's Anatomy and stuff is more of like love romance issues, but then on top of that, diagnosing, illnesses.
Yeah.
That also has this, but I think it's a lot more believable, a lot more, grotesque and in real life. That's one thing I'll mention. If you are weak around blood or anything that you might encounter actually in an ER, I would not watch this show. They show real life anatomy quite often, and they show like a lot of blood and guts and stuff. So if you're faint of heart for that, then I would not recommend that show. But I love it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, anything else you're watching?
I do. I didn't know if you wanted to keep going back and forth or if you want me to
I'm
just
good
keep.
with passing it back and forth after you get through all your current stuff, and then we can discuss upcoming.
Okay. Yeah, there's one other one. I'm slowly working my way through The Handmaid's Tale. I
Hmm.
am behind on this. So I just started watching season 1 maybe about 2 months ago.
Okay.
It's a lot. I don't know if you watched this.
I haven't, but I'm somewhat familiar with it because my wife watched it. She finished
Okay.
it.
It's very heavy in what it covers.
Right.
Are you so if you're not familiar with the premise, basically the United States gets taken over by a pretty conservative group of folks that are trying to save the planet, but they're doing it in a very hostile way. Basically reverting modern times back to like the 1800s, I would say would probably be about the time. And they're weaponizing the Bible to justify the atrocities that they're doing. So it's interesting, and there's a lot that happens that are atrocities towards women, and so that's hard to watch. And I wouldn't be lying if I would be lying if I didn't say that I haven't been depressed after watching some of the episodes. So that's why I'm taking such a long time to get through it. Is just that it's hard to watch.
It's heavy.
It is. It's extremely heavy.
Gotcha.
It's really
Okay.
well done too. Really well acted.
Yeah, it's on my list to check it out, but yeah, I got plenty.
Okay, that's all the stuff that I'm currently watching or
Okay.
have recently finished.
Okay.
So all I have next are maybe the ones that I'm on hold for.
Okay. So I am currently watching. I started One Piece, which there's a lot of episodes of that. So I definitely have been like
The
starting
real life
in.
or the anime.
Both actually. So
Okay.
I started the anime. I think maybe 30 plus episodes into it, and I'm kind of like taking that in chunks, and then I'm rewatching the first part of the live action to watch the second season. I really like what I saw in that first season, so I'm
I
excited
do
to
too.
see what they brought for the second.
Yeah, I couldn't do the anime, not because it's bad, just because of how much there is. Like there's what, over 1,000 episodes?
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, and I don't have the time for that. So
And that's
I
kind of why like I have it kind of more as like a background thing for me. Like I'll pay attention to it somewhat. But
okay. Is it handled in like a chronical order with the episodes? Like do they all tie into each other, or are they all their own little self-contained stories?
they've pretty much been building off each other, and introducing characters and kind of going along and on this journey. So yeah, I
Okay.
feel like it's building, not necessarily compartmentalized episodes.
Okay.
So yeah. In addition to that, I'm also kind of going back and rewatching Daredevil Born Again, so I can dive into the second season of that, which I'm hearing a lot of good things about. And then, as you are aware, I don't know if the listeners are, I am trying to go back and rewatch The Simpsons. So I'm also working through that, and those I'm trying to literally focus on them and them alone. It's just not background noise. And yeah, it's been fun revisiting that and some of the episodes that I've seen and how things have changed, and like how, for example, Smithers started off as a different color than yellow, and then they brought him to yellow like an episode or two after it. So I don't know.
Nice.
I think I originally had a goal of finishing or catching up this year. I don't know if that's realistic for me, but I'm working through it. So it is what it is.
Nice. Yeah, I I didn't know you started that up. I knew that was a goal you had, but that's good that you kicked it off.
Yeah, it's definitely like, I don't know. The Simpsons have just been a huge part of my life, and it's one I'm meant to go back and watch because I know growing up, I saw a majority of the episodes for, I want to say, at least the first probably 17 seasons. And then after there, once I hit kind of college age, it kind of started to wane on whether or not I would see an episode or not. So
Hmm.
I'm hoping to spot some that I haven't seen. I haven't come across any yet, but I'm sure there will be plenty later on. So yeah, that's my current list. What do you got for upcoming, sir?
Okay. So I'm gonna break my upcoming into two different groups. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'll start with one and then you let me know if you want me to keep going or not.
Sure.
So there's the ones that I'm on hold for. I'm waiting for a new season to drop.
Okay.
So X-Men 97. I
Yeah.
loved what they did with that, and I'm ready for another season, and they need to hurry
Yeah.
up.
Same.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing that again. Uh, I'm waiting on House of the Dragon. Um,
Mm,
I enjoyed what they've been doing with that.
I,
Um, oh,
I'm
good.
behind on that one. I've only seen the first season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there a reason you're behind? Like it didn't
I
grab
just,
you, or
it's time. It's
yeah,
mostly finding time
it
for
is a
it.
time investment. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been enjoying that, so I'm ready for the next season. So yeah, I'm on hold for that. And I think that's it for what I'm on hold for. Now the other group I have are ones that I just need to find time and watch. So I'll leave it up to you if you want to continue and
Yeah.
talk
Continue.
about your backlog. You want me to continue?
Yeah.
Okay, so Invincible. I've been
That's on
I've
my list.
been really liking that show. I'm behind though. I haven't seen the most recent season.
I think I only saw the first season and then I never picked it back up.
Okay. Yeah, I like that show a lot. It's sad though that it's been ruined for me already on
Oh,
social
no.
media. I pretty much know how the season ends, which just makes me a little upset, but I still want to watch it.
Sad.
The Daredevil series that you mentioned earlier, I
Hmm.
want to watch that. I loved the original Daredevil that was on Netflix.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And then I kind of lost track of it after Disney got a hold of it and started. So I want to watch those and get caught up as
Nice.
well. I feel like there was one other one and it slipped out of my mind. I think we'll call it there for now.
Okay. Well, if you think of
So
it,
if you
we
want
could
to,
throw it at the end.
yeah, if you have any you want to talk about.
Yeah. So ones that I have on my list to kind of really dive into, I was gonna watch Penny Dreadful with the wife. So hopefully we can get through
What's
that.
that?
It's essentially like a old school monster type thing, like Frankenstein and werewolf. It's interesting. I don't even know really how to describe it, but I hear she liked it. I've always had it on my radar. So it's something I want to give a chance. It's only
Okay.
like 3 seasons from my understanding. So it's something. Peaky Blinders. I do want to watch pretty much all of that before I give the movie a shot.
Yeah, I recommend it.
Did you like the movie? Did you see it yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
What?
I didn't include that because that's a movie, but
Yeah, no, that's fair.
yeah, I'm behind on that as well.
Okay. And then like I had Invincible as well. I think I saw the first season, and I don't know. For me, I am a person who very much enjoys the binge watch compared to waiting anymore, because by the time I think of it, it's something I forget or don't have it as a priority. Like for example, I think it was Amazon Prime. They had the Tick show that they did a few years back
Right.
now,
Yep.
where they released half the season and then they did the second half like months later. And I'm just like, I never went back and watched that second half. So I definitely want it all at once type situation. So that's kind of where I'm at with like Daredevil Born Again. I might wait until all the episodes are out and then dive into it, instead of having to wait the week to week type thing. I hated that format. And yeah. So there's Invincible, and then The Boys. I know I saw probably the first 3 seasons of that. So I'm probably going to start from the beginning and go through it all, since I think it should all be out by the time I get done. There's a series called Twisted Metal, which is based on the old video game. That one is on Peacock, and I saw the first season. It was a lot of fun. They did get a second season. I don't know if they're getting a third, but I really enjoyed the characters and the actors that they brought into that. So, and then another one that's on my radar, it just actually popped up today on something, and I was like, I never watched that. That was something my parents watched a lot, but I never really paid attention to it. And that's that show called Frasier.
Hmm.
I don't know what appeals to me about it, but I'm definitely keen on doing a watch of that at some point.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So that's pretty much where I'm at with TV at the moment.
Nice. Yeah. So one thing I forgot, I remembered one. It's
Sure.
not that I'm waiting on. It's just I need to find more time. Is I started watching Bob's Burgers.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever seen that
I
before, but
have.
I started working from the beginning, and man, it's good.
It's
It's
fun.
really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. The whole family is great.
Yeah, agreed. So let me ask you this. I don't know if you have anything around this, but are there any series that you've watched that like left a mark, in your life? Like, you remember it fondly, you go back and revisit sometimes.
Geez. Yeah, I would say IT Crowd is one of those for me. I will go back and
Yeah,
watch
that's
that.
that's one of mine too.
Silicon Valley, the HBO series, is one I go back and
Okay.
watch. Yeah. I mean, there's tons that I could rattle off. Breaking Bad's always like probably my definitive best series ever in my head. Dexter was close to having it, but they fumbled on the last couple seasons.
Yeah. Although now that you bring up Dexter, I do want to see the new one, the new season that came out.
I do
Um,
like. I want to see what was it, Origins, and I forget what the most recent one is.
yeah. I saw the one where he was living in the woods.
Yes, the
But
the
there's
one
a
with
new
the
season
sun.
now.
Well, there was one
Yeah.
where they did like a prequel, and then I think that was Dexter Origins. Dexter Resurrection is the newer one.
Yeah, that's the one I wanna watch. I don't know that I necessarily care about the prequel.
Yeah, I'm definitely game. I never get. I forget what that is. Is that Stars that's on?
Uh, I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, that's just something I usually do not subscribe to. So, or I guess it might be Paramount Plus now. I don't know.
Yeah, that I'm not sure of.
Yeah, I want to see it. I just don't know. Maybe it'll be on Vudu as some type of sale at some point. I'll grab it.
Nice.
But yeah, you have any others?
Yeah, so I remember Lost fondly.
Mm, yeah.
I recently did a rewatch about a year ago, maybe 2, and I didn't hate the ending as much as I did in real time when it first came out. I kind of chalk it up to maybe that I saw it coming, so I was preparing myself.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
possible.
but yeah, I love that show. I could go back and watch that. Peaky Blinders was huge. That man, I couldn't get enough of that show. That's one that I binge watched like crazy.
Mm,
And then one that's like I haven't back and rewatched, but it deserves a spot in my life just because of the timing,
hmm
and it's what America needed at the time. And it's Tiger
Hold
King.
on. Yeah, that's exactly where my head was going. I was
Yeah,
going to say, let
it's
me guess.
that was so off the wall.
Carol
Uh,
Baskins.
yeah, just there's so many things you can quote from that show that I
hmm
can't say on air right now because they're
I,
terrible.
I can't.
But
I haven't seen it
it
since it originally released. So I'm
yeah, maybe we should rewatch it and do an episode
sure.
of the
I'm
podcast
game.
on it because I'd just like to see if it great because we needed it or was it really just genuinely good.
I think it was
Um,
just that wild and crazy and a very good distraction. I have a feeling it still is that. So as long as America has crazy stuff going on, that is going to have a place to be watched.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Cool. All right. You have anything else you want to throw out?
I mean, the only other thing I'd say is I mean, I think we answered that by having this episode, but do you still think that episodic content still has a place in the world, or do you think it's more short burst media or movies that
Um,
that have it
uh,
now?
that's tough. I want to say yes. I do know that, compared to old, like probably 90s, early 2000s stuff, you had things where they had like 22 episode long seasons, and we're getting more like these mini series that are maybe 10 episodes. I think there's certain things that definitely fit more for a movie length. But if you have a good story and you want to like put people in there, like I would feel like, for example, I know the Rings of Power or whatever, I haven't really given that a full chance.
Mhm.
But I feel like something like that where you can go into that world and really get into it. I feel like having a series behind that helps, because anything that is like a 3-hour movie, I feel could be done in a series, as long as you know you do it appropriately. Having some filler episodes are great. Like there's one thing with the High Fidelity series that I was like, okay, this is a little bit of a refresher, but they took a break kind of from the main character's storyline and kind of did one of the side characters and did an episode with them, which I was like, all right, this I'm okay with. It's not adding to the other story, but it's not necessarily putting me in a state of mind where I'm pissed off because they deviated. So I don't know. I feel like it could go both ways, because attention spans are definitely getting smaller, it seems, but I really hope there's a revival for longer form content and having series and stuff where if the fits and works for the story or something fun, do it.
Yeah. I agree with you. I feel like not short format as in like TikToks, but like
Right.
episodes, I feel like have their place.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked before. I think we've talked about it on the podcast before, but I know we also talked about it with Warlock. Is the sweet spot for movies being 90 minutes, right?
Right.
Like I
Yep.
I feel like the sweet spot for TV is a half hour to 45. Like that you can kind of sit down, watch it, or it's just long enough to have in the background while you're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you can move on, and if you choose to make it like you to your point, a binge where you're doing an hour and a half, you're getting through a lot more than you would have, I guess, with a movie, right?
Right.
As far
Which
as knocking them off the list.
which I guess is kind of interesting for me because, you know, there are a lot of times for movies now where if it's something I want to watch, but I'm looking to get through it fairly quick, I'll play it at 2 to 3 times the speed.
Mm.
There's episodes of TV where I do the same type of thing. And that's more because of how scarce I feel time is and all the content that I'm trying to get through. So yeah, it's kind of a hit or miss for me. If it's something I feel deserves the time, I'll play it at 1 times the speed. But if it's something that I just wanted to see if it's worth a watch, I'll go through it real fast.
Okay.
So I don't know. I value my time, so I'm willing to give it to movies that have earned it and
Yeah.
also to the ones that really haven't. But I'm hoping I can put my time into those and let people know whether or not they should check it out.
Right. No, that's fair. Yep.
But yeah, you have anything else you want to add there?
No, I think you covered it well.
All right, cool. Well, this was fun. If you listeners like us talking about other entertainment media type things, let us know. If you want to hear more about TV stuff from us on these extras, let us know. And you can do so on Threads and Facebook at To The Movies Pod, or on our YouTube channel at The Movies Pod, where we'd be happy for you to join, interact in the conversations, and leave some comments for us. But I think that's going to wrap up this episode. And I also want to take a minute to let you guys know, Joe and I, and the Warlock of Wi-Fi, who's been on the series and episode podcast a few times, we have a website that we started called Film Jokers. That is at filmjokers.com. We are trying to get some articles up there. We have a few out there right now where we pretty much do opinion pieces, movie reviews, anything we really want to talk about. And there's a form out there. If you have something you would like to hear from us on, drop us a contact and let us know if you want something. But yeah, Joe, what are your thoughts on Film Joker so far?
I like it. I've been having fun, reading each other's articles, even doing the proofreading, when somebody's about to post one. But I feel like it's a nice other medium for us to be creative in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been fun. I look forward to seeing where it goes.
Me too. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I also developed the website of it, so it's just fun for me to work on that aspect of things. And I have ideas for more things to come. So anyway,
He's got ideas, ladies and gentlemen.
I sure do. thanks for joining, everybody, and thanks for joining, Joe.
Yeah, thanks for sparking some interest in some other series that I've not thought about. So
Okay.
I'm gonna need more time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need more time, Ned.
and I'll bring up that one with the wife to see if she's seen it yet or not.
Ned, please give me more time.
Okay, I'll give you more
I need
time.
more time, Ned. There's not enough time.
I mean, can we just find a way to not have to work? Is that something we can do?
Yeah, let us know if you want a Patreon.
Yeah, let us know if you want to help us out with our bills.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm not too good for handouts.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.